Hello everyone. Today we're going to use RoomEQ Wizard REW to set auto EQ on a Helix processor, and we're going to do level matching at the end. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start my Helix software. Now I have another video where I go over the getting the file to tune the pink noise. But so you can reference that video, and I'm not going to go over that this time. So I'm going to start with an existing tune because I'm going to modify this. I'm not going to retune everything from scratch. So we'll start with this one. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to reset all the EQ, because when you tune using the Helix RTA, it resets the EQ, but since we're not going to use it, we have to do it manually. So you bear with me while I do it. And I'm also going to show you, which I already covered it on a different video, but I'm going to show it anyway, how to get the tuning curve, because I need to get a different one. I'm going to tune to a different curve. I want to try something different this time and save it as a preset. So I'm just going to switch back and forth and see which one I like better. These are the rears. Yes. And I think my subs, I didn't tune them the last time, so they should be okay. Yep, subs okay. So let me just check the levels real quick, make sure all the levels, all these levels are set to 0. Zero, 5, okay. So this we need to set to 0. The other one is probably 5 as well. Yep, let's set it to 0. Double check that it took. Rear 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so the way that I get the curve is using the Jazzy's Tuning Companion. As I mentioned on my previous video, you can just Google Jazzy's Tuning Companion like this. This is the one that I'm going to open and download it. It's an Excel spreadsheet. You're gonna have to have Excel. It's a free download. Okay, so this one doesn't work. So I got one that is local. Okay, something wrong here. My computer's locked up. Sorry about this. All right, let's try this again. Friday 6:32. Let's try this one. I think this is the one in my downloads folder. Okay. You're gonna have to excuse my computer. This is an old tablet that I purchased just for tuning. All right. So this is the spreadsheet, and as you can see, it has some target curves. So what we're going to do is we're going to select. Oh, good. JBL is already selected because I wanted to select this one because I was using the white ledge before. See how it changes a little bit, and my mid basses can't keep up really with this. So I'm gonna try to, unless I set the volumes all too low. So let's try the JBL curve, see how the highs are on this one. So the highs are a little bright, but we can always tone them down. So what I'm gonna do is I'll do export overall target. So let me just select a directory. So documents, tuning curves, JBL, export overall target. I don't want to get all of them. And I need the REW version, not Helix, people who are going to use REW. So export overall. Okay, that's it. So we're done with this. And don't save, we don't need to save this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open REW. And for this, I'm using a USB microphone because I don't need to use a, what's it called, audio card and audio interface card. And it's a lot easier, the setup. I don't have to carry an extra piece. I just plug in the USB mic directly into the computer and that's it, I'm all set. What is going on with this computer? Looks like I'm gonna have to edit out a lot of stuff on this video. Okay, here we go. Have to find the charcoal so it moves a little faster. That UMIC, prompt me for my UMIC. No, so it usually prompts you which microphone do you want to use. I think the UMIC is the only one that I have connected now, so it's just gonna go ahead and use it. All right, so we're gonna take measurements. As you know, I already cleared my my EQs. They're all, and the levels, they're all the levels are set to 0, all the EQs are set to flat, so we can start from scratch, right? So to do the RTA, we're just going to go to the RTA tab, and on my phone I have a file, this pink noise file. You can generate one using Audacity, and if you're using a Helix processor, when you open the processor, before you connect to it, there's some icons at the top, and one of them has a music note where you can click on it and opens a folder with all the files. So let me find my my file for pink noise. So it's uncorrelated. Man, I'm gonna have to pink. Okay, pink noise. So here is a pink noise, and it's already playing. All right. So we're gonna do one speaker at a time, and I'm gonna mute just with the number, not the number pad on the right side, but the number pad on top of the keyboard. Just click on all the numbers, and you can mute all the speakers. So right now I'm muting every single speaker except the left tweeter, which is the one that I'm going to start with, right? So now we switch back to REW, and we turn on the scanner. There's a way that I haven't done it, but I need to do it, where you can just set it for, say for example, 100 averages, and use that. Right now I'm just winging it and just doing 15 to 20 seconds of averaging, because this is constantly averaging, and then capture the average. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna shut up now, and we're gonna turn it up a little bit. Okay, so I just captured the first one, and we're going to do the same thing for all of them. Notice that before I actually start scanning, I reset the averaging, so it starts again doing the averages, because this one has my voice, so I don't want this. So if I do a reset average, it clears everything and it starts. I mean, this is just remembering the last scan, but what's moving right now, it's only basically my voice and the background noise. Okay, and then when you want to capture, just click on current, and it'll capture the scan right here. Let me show you real quick. So it's here. I captured the first one, right? So this is my left tweeter. Let's continue real quick. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And that's it. So now what we're going to do, let me close this so it doesn't play anymore. Actually, I shouldn't have closed it. I need it later anyway. So now we have all our scans. So we're gonna go to REW and we're gonna set the EQ. So we're gonna scan again later, just not right now. Let's go to REW. So the first thing that I want to do is set the smoothing so it's easier to see what's happening. To 1/6 smoothing. Don't smooth it out too much, because if you smooth it out too much, all the peaks and valleys that you're having are not going to get picked up by the curve. Is just not going to happen because it's going to be too flat, and the EQ is not going to be able to help you much if you don't have those imperfections. Because what we want to do is we want to correct those peaks and valleys using the EQ. So keep going. 1/6. There's a lot of glare on my screen now. It's early in the morning, the sun's coming up, and it's hitting directly on my screen. Just gotta move it a little bit. All right, so we start. Now what I need to do is I need to load the target curve that I want to use. So we're gonna do import frequency response. I think this is what we want, and this is my wild edge. So let me go to where are my documents, and here I have tuning curves, and I think that's where I put a JBL overall REW. This is what we want. So I'm gonna open this curve. There it is. Right, so this curve is a little bit too low. If I look at all the curves, see my curve is like way down here. So we're gonna move that one up. So right now I'm just gonna leave it there because we don't need it. These are all my scans: tweeters, front mids, front woofers, rears, full range, and subwoofers. So this is everything right now. So we're gonna start doing the EQ. We're gonna set the levels for this curve on the EQ side. So let's start with the tweeters. EQ. And what we need to do is I wish REW would remember all these things, because a lot of these things you have to do it every single time. So I'm using a Helix processor. So this is an Audio-Tech Fisher, and I have the full EQ, 30 bands. That's what I'm going to use. The driver, I always like to get the speaker driver because you can set the crossover point. So we're going to do the tweeter. My tweeter is 3500. It starts at 3500 and it goes all the way to 123K. And LR2, we're going to do LR4. I think LR4 is Liquid Riley 24. And this one, since it's the tweeter, we don't need slope, so we're just going to take it out. Now here, before we tell it the level, well, let's tell it the level. Let's do 55, for example. 55, that's a little bit too low. The tweeter is gonna drop anyway, and I can't hear past 16K, so I don't really care about this last bit of the tweeter. So we can raise the curve because our tweeter is the lowest, as you can see, is the one with the least power right now. So we need to maximize this to maximize the power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase it to match it a little bit better, kind of like this. So this is 61, so we're going to say 62. Let me see, 62, and I think that's good. So I'm going to keep my target curve at 62. So let's do this real quick. Let's switch it here. So to set it to 62, you go show actions, and the SPL offset 62, and that's where it's going to be. This is a little bit, yeah, that's fine. We probably don't need 62. Let's try 60. I think 60 is fine. So let's do 60. Let me look on the other side. If we do 60, yeah, I think that's going to be better. 60. Let's do 60. Okay, so now that we decided what level we're going to set our target curve, I usually don't touch this except for the level. But here, what I forgot is here. This is where you choose your target level, your target curve, right? So tuning curves, and we need to find the JBL because I was setting the levels for the white ledge, which is the one that I was doing before, but that's not the one we're gonna use. See, this one is a little different, and actually this one looks fine at 60. I think it's okay at 60, and that's what it was different, because here I'm using the JBL, and on the EQ I had the white ledge. So now they both have white ledge, so we're good. And the last thing that we need to do is the filter tasks. So we're going to tell the filter here, I want you to scan, what happened? I want you to scan, match my range. So this is my tweeter. So my tweeter goes from 35K, 3.5K all the way up, but there's a slope here. So I want you to start at around 1K, 1, 2, 3, 1K, and I want you to end at 20K. You see, now it highlights only the portion that we're going to touch, only the portion that we want to EQ. Ignore everything that is grayed out, ignore. And individual max boost, I'm gonna leave it at, actually since I set my gains very conservatively, so I can do this 5, I can do this 5, and overall max boost is the overall curve boost, how much you want to boost it, how many dBs, and the flatness target is how flat. So 1 is the minimum. This is telling REW how close do you need to set your EQs to match your target curve, right? So if you have it like really flat, it's going to use a lot of EQ bands to get there. I have 30 EQ bands, so just use as many as you need. But if you're dealing with an EQ that has 7, that has 5, that has 10, you might want to relax this constraint a little bit. But I have 30, so I don't care. And now at this point, we're going to watch the magic and just click on match response to target and let REW calculate the EQ for you. Complaining that there's too much of a gap here. I don't care. Perfect. So these are my EQ. This is my EQ settings. So now what I need to do is open my EQ filters. And these are all the filters that it's set up for me. For this tweeter only, right? So now the beauty about the Helix processor, which is, I always say it, this is the main reason why I got a Helix processor, is because of this. So I want to apply this EQ to the front high because that's the one that we're doing. And what I do here, I just do copy. This screen pops up behind and I just click OK and watch the EQ bands. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is what I need. So I'm done with the EQ for now, right? So we set the EQ for now. So let's do the other ones. This I don't need. No, actually this I need. The one that I don't need is this one. We can close this because we're gonna go to the right EQ and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just not gonna talk too much and do it quickly. I have to do this. I wish, come on, REW team, if you're listening to me, fix this. I don't need to select the EQ every single time. Speaker driver. So this is the same. So we're gonna go from 3,500 to 20,000. Linguist Rally 4. And this one we're gonna open it. Open it, and the level that we decided was 60 for the tweeter. So we're gonna do 60 for the tweeter. All right, I think that's great. And this it remembers, so this information is still is good. So let's do it. Complaining about the difference. It's okay. This one used less EQ. We're going to go back to the processor. This Windows always stays on top, so just make sure that you select the, if you're using a Helix processor, make sure that you select the right channel to apply the EQ, because it's going to apply the EQ to the selected channel. You know, REW doesn't know which channel is your tweeter, so you have to set it before you do the okay. All right, so you use not too many EQ bands, so that's great. We can close this. So now we can move to this one. If I click EQ, does he create another window? No. Okay, that's good. I like that, because I'm always closing the EQ window, so I just realized that I don't need to close it. It just pulls up the one that I click on. So audio tech Fisher, full EQ. This is speaker driver. My mid-range goes from 300 to 3500. So we're going to do that. 300 to 3500. And this is the same again. Lindquist Riley 24 dB. Lindquist Riley 24 dB. And so we're around 60. So this one is, it doesn't match very well because the electric crossover doesn't match the acoustic crossover. So what we can do is we either change the electric crossover or we change the acoustic crossover. So I think the easiest thing to do right now is to change the electric crossover. Why is it not changing? Oh, because this is not the one I need to change. The one I need to change is this one. So let's say 3000. 3000 or 300. Okay, so this one's a little closer, so let's do 2800. 2800. Okay, so we're going to do 2800. But the crossover on the processor I'm not going to change, because this 3000 equates to 2800 acoustical crossover. So now what we need to do, since we're going to change this, let's EQ this. Let's EQ this, but I need to go back to the tweeters and move the target curve to 2800 so it matches correctly. And the level is going to be, let me see if I can do 60. 60 is good. Up a little bit. If I move it up a little bit, and I do this one 3000. No, I don't need 3000. I need 2500. 2500. Okay, my tweeters don't like 2500. My tweeters really don't like 2500. But this is the electric crossover, so it's still set up to 3500. Okay, so we're gonna go with this, right? We're gonna do 300 to 2500, 65. So let's just remember for the other one. Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do here. So my curve goes like down all the way to 100. So we're gonna start the EQ window at 100. And we're going to go all the way to 10K. 10K. So this is going to be my left mid-range. And we're going to do this. Match response to target. Let's do this. Great. EQ filters. Front left mid. That's good. Copy. Paste. All right. Now let's do the front right mid. And then we go back to the tweeter and adjust it to what did I say I was gonna do? 2500. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do the other mid. This one. EQ. So let me do. So this is 300 to 2500. Before I forget, this is going to be a speaker driver. Link with Rally 4 because it's a 24 dB slope. Not generic, so we're gonna do Audio-Tech Fisher, and we're gonna do 30 bands. That's 300. That's why it looks funny. 300 to 2500. We said we're going to do what we were going to do as far as the level goes. 65. Okay, so that's looking not perfect, but it's okay. I can go with this. Ta 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 ta. So we're gonna do the same 100 to 10K. Come on, where are you going? I don't need this. So 100 to 10K. And match response to target. I think this is it. All right. EQ filters. Front right mid. Copy. Paste. Okay, now on the tweeter for the EQ, let's see if we can bring it down to 2500. So let's go back to the tweeter. EQ. And so this was 3500 to 20K. So let's do 2500. And I'm gonna have to set my tweeter to 2500 as well. So I'm not liking this too much. I'm really not liking this. Let me clear the filters. Can I clear? No, I don't know what I'm doing, so let's go back here. 2500. Oh, but my curve is here. Let's okay, 2500. Let's try EQing again. I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. This is good. This is good. Okay, so 2500 works because I was looking at the result curve, not the actual scan. So 2500 is good, and now I'm using only two EQ filters. That's it. So let's do that. Ooh, it works out beautiful. So let's go here. We go to front left. We're gonna clear it. Yes. I'm gonna copy and paste this. It's only two filters. I like this. That's it. That's it. And we're gonna do the same thing with the right tweeter. Right tweeter. EQ. set it here to 2500. EQ filters. No. I need to tell it to scan again. All right. I like this. I don't have to touch it too much. So from right, so we're gonna clear all this stuff. And this is what I like between REW and the Helix RTA. Helix RTA just applies a ton of filters, and if you do things right on REW, it will just apply a few filters, and that's it. That's all I need. So let's continue with the woofers. So left, right, tweeter, mid. Okay, let me label these things before I get confused. So this is left tweeter, right tweeter, left mid, right mid, no, left tweeter, right tweeter, left mid, right mid, left woofer, right woofer, left rear, right rear, left sub, right sub. They're both being fed, my subwoofers are both being fed the same signal, but I have two subs and each one gets its own channel. So that's why I have two, but it's the same, it's a mono signal. Just two separate channels. All right, so let's go with the 1, 2, 3. Let's go with the woofers. EQ. All right, so again, we do the same thing. Driver. Now my woofers are going from 60 to 300, and they're very inefficient. So link with rally 4. Bring down those slopes. Link with rally 4, and we need to adjust the level on this thing. So let's try 60 like the other ones, and we're probably okay here. I don't have much room to play with, and I think that's what I'm going to stick with, 60, and we can adjust the levels later. Let me try 62 just in case. 62. So I'm gonna have to boost a little bit here. It's okay. I'm gonna let the EQ handle it, and then we fix the levels later. Okay. So now I want you to match the range. So I want to EQ all the way from 20 to 1K. 20 to 1K. So that narrows down my EQ window, and all these settings the same. Let's go. Yeah, not so bad. 6 EQ bands. So that's not too crazy. So let's go to front left low. Copy and paste. That's not terrible. That's not too terrible. So let's go to the other subwoofer now. That's subwoofer, the other woofer. And this one I have it set. This woofer. It's another woofer. This is the other woofer. Okay, so we're still good here. So 1, 2, this one, EQ. I'm gonna do the same thing again here. Audio tech 30. Speaker driver 60 to 300. Linguist Rally 4. Linguist Rally 4. Let's do the 60. Did I do 60 on the other one as well? Gosh, memory. I have the memory of a goldfish. 62. We did 62. It's okay. So that's good. And the scan, the filter window is fine. So we're going to do from 20 to 1K. And that's it. Match response to target. EQ filters. Front right low. Copy paste. Okay, we're good. We are good. So let me, just in case, let me say what I have so far. So I'm going to call this Focal JBL1. Focal JBL. Gosh, can't type. This screen is so tiny. Focal JBL1. That's it. Save it. All right. So that's what we have so far. So the rears, let's do the rears. The rears go from 300 to 10K with a slope, with a very shallow slope. So this is the rear. Q. So we're gonna do, come on REW, if you're listening to me, fix this please. We're gonna do speaker driver 300. This one is, I know it's Linguist Rally 4 to 10K. And this one is more shallow, so I think this one LR2 is fine. Now we need to set the level, so let's do 60 to start, and that's not good. 55. The rear speakers are really not that important. They just rear fill and don't really care about them too much. 55. Let's just leave it like that, because if I do Linguist Rally 4, it doesn't match either. Let's see what matches. Which one is this? Something like this, Linguist Rally 2. But I needed to start earlier, so let's do 1K. Too much. 2K. No, 2000. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. So it's Linguist Rally 2 from 300 to 2000. I'm going to set the level to 60. Can we do 60 or is too much? Let's do 60. Like round numbers are easier to remember. We're going to scan from 100 to around 10K. $100 to 10K. Everything else remains the same. And match response to target. EQ filters. So it's rear left full, copy, paste. That's it. That was not bad at all. Let's do the other one now. Q. Speaker driver. We said it was 300. Linguist Raleigh 4 to 2000, right? Linguist Raleigh 2, and the level was 60. Yep, that looks right. The curve is correct. And the same range, so we're going to do magic. All right, this one required a lot more filters, which is fine. Just the rears, rear left, rear right. Copy. I'm just gonna put a ton of filters. Hopefully they're not too crazy, and they're not. They're not too crazy. Now let's do the subs. All right, EQ. So I am going to do the same thing. Actually, I could do a subwoofer curve. I haven't played with this actually, so let's do 0. I think the minimum is 20. Mine I have them crossed like really low to 60. So let's try. No, let me just do Linguist Raleigh 4 just to see what it's doing. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Because I don't want to take out too much from my subwoofer. I think I want to put it there and move it up. I just want to smooth it out a little bit. I don't want to do something too crazy with the subwoofer. I just want to take the peaks and valleys. I think this is good. I can even raise it a little bit more. Yeah. I don't want to touch my sub too much. The problem is that my amplifiers are kind of weak, so I don't get too much sub. If I apply too much EQ to my subs, too many cuts, you know, I end up with a subpar bass. Okay, so I think this is good. So we're gonna do 95, and this to match my curve. Speaker driver link. Maybe we can leave this open. Can we leave this open? And bring it down a little bit. Let's do 90. That's it. We're gonna do this. Now I want you to scan from the beginning. I think the lowest it will scan is 20. Let me see if it lets me do 2. No, 10 is the least. And we're gonna go all the way to 300. So this is what we're gonna do for the sub. Okay, so let me just check everything real quick. Yeah, it's 22, 28. which is weird. I'm just trying to match my current curve. I'm not setting any crossovers at this point. This is just for EQing purposes. Acoustic versus electrical EQ. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, how can I do this better, just go ahead and put it in the comments. So I'm just smoothing out my response a little bit, not too much. EQ filters, subwoofer 1, copy, paste. Hopefully that's not too crazy. Let's do subwoofer 2. And then we're going to move on to level matching. Hopefully it remembers quite a bit. REW again, please set this up. I'm going to do the same thing, speaker driver. And we did, I think it was 20, 228. This one we left open. This one was 4, and the level was 90. So let's go with that. I'm just gonna go with that. Everything stays the same. Match response to target. Filters. Subwoofer 2. Copy. Paste. All right. So now I'm gonna save this because I don't want to lose it. This one, no, this one. Save. Save. Yes. All right. So now let's do the level matching. For the level matching, I have to rescan everything. So off we go. I don't need this window anymore. And here I'm going to do clear selections. And we're going to start scanning again. Okay. RTA, let me play my pink noise. I'm going to play it at the same level I had it before. I just need to find my pink noise again because I dumbass me closed it. Okay, here it is. Alright, so the pink noise is playing, and is it at the same level? Yes, it's playing at the same level. And we're gonna start again with the tweeters. So we're gonna mute this one and then go with this. Alright, so yeah, there's nothing else to say. So we're just gonna scan everything again real quick, and off we go. and that's it. So I messed up on the last one. I clicked reset and I shouldn't have, so I had to do it again. All right, so this is all the scans. So now let's close this for now and let's look at the levels. So we're gonna set the levels now. This is, so let's go to no, I need to go to all SPL, sorry. Okay, so these are all the new ones, and what I need to do is I need to smooth it out first. So let's smooth them out. Now for the levels, I'm gonna do 1-1 smoothing because I don't need it to be like super accurate anymore. So we're just gonna do 1-1. So they're gonna be super smooth. So we can just compare levels. Basically, that's all we're doing. Let me just save this. I don't want to lose it. So it's open, save measurement, save everything. Right, so this is June 22nd. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to save it as June 22nd. All right, so now we need to bring our curve up. I don't see where my curve is. Because it's hidden. It's hidden, so it's this one. Okay, there we go. There we go. The subwoofers, we're not going to set the levels on the subwoofers. Maybe we're just going to make them the same level, but we're not really going to set the levels to the curve because my subwoofers are cranked now and I should have brought them down a little bit for the scan, but the subwoofers, I always turn them up and down, so as long as they're the same, it's fine with me. So let's start with just the tweeters. So it's 1, 2. Okay, so let's remove these things for now because it's just too much noise. All right, so what do we have here? So we have more stuff. I think I need to remove, these are the mids. Remove the mids. So it looks like my tweeter is my tweeters are the lowest level, right? So I need to bring down my curve to match my tweeters. So I'm not gonna change the level between the tweeters because I think they're okay. I mean, they're pretty much the same here. I mean, the blue one is a little bit lower here and a little bit higher here, so it's gonna be kind of hard to match, but I think that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the target curve down a little bit to match the tweeters because those are the ones with the lowest output. And it's 57, so we'll just do 58. I like round numbers. 57. 57 is a better match. So we are going to level match to this level, all right, to 57 dBs. Okay, so the tweeters are set. I am going to take this out, take this out. Now we go to the mid range, 1 and 2. So these are mid ranges and they're pretty much even, but they're too high. So we're going to bring them down. So this is the mid range. Show actions, and we're going to bring it down. How many? Like that. So that's minus, no, minus 9, no, too much, minus 8.5, minus 8.5, right? So this one's minus 8.5, and I think the other one is also going to be minus 8.5. So actions, minus 8.5. No, that one is not minus 8.5. Let's do 9, minus 9, sorry, minus 9. No, minus 8. Minus 8. So the left mid is minus 8.5 and the right mid is minus 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Left mid. So this one is minus 8.5. This is always a pain to minus 8.5. Enter. And the right mid, we said it was going to be what? Minus 8. Minus 8. Right? Good. So we're done with the mids. So we're done with the tutors. We're done with the mids. And let's do the woofers. So we need to take this out. Take this out. One woofer, another woofer. Okay, so my woofers, so they're kind of matching the curve. Let's play with this. Let's see what we need to do here. So this is the left. Minus 3.8. I don't think I should lower them that much. So we're going to keep them kind of like that. Minus 1.5. That's what I'm going to do. Minus 1.5. I'm going to do that. Minus. So let's set it now so it doesn't get too confusing for me. I get easily confused. So this one is minus 1. And then it does this number. We'll put the 5 here. Minus 1.5. Okay. Let's do the other one. So the other one, we're just going to match it to the right. We're just going to match it to the left as much as possible. Which is something like this. Minus 2. We're going to leave the right at minus 2. Minus 2. Like I said, there's woofers I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to leave them alone. So let's do the mid ranges. So what is this? This is the mid. This is the rear fields, and these are kind of weird. Okay. So the right one is fine. The left one, we're going to have to move a little bit. Let me see, that's got that. No. They're kind of uneven, so minus 2. Let me see something real quick. The left one is the one that we need to move. The right one is okay. Minus 2. Okay, so we're going to do minus 2 on the left. Minus 2 on the right, we're going to leave alone. Now, for the rears, a good rule of thumb is to drop them minus 6 dBs. So they don't mess up your image too much. So what I'm going to do at this point, since this one is -2, I'm gonna make this one -8. The other one I'm gonna make it -6. Right, so this one is -2, so we're gonna turn it into -8. Wait, and this one is gonna be -6. -6. Okay, so which one is the blue one? Is left, which is so left is -8 and right is -6. Your left -8 and right is -6. So that's good. And the subwoofers, I'm just gonna level them up. I'm not gonna really do too much with them. So I don't care about my target curve for the subwoofers. Let's eliminate these. Let's eliminate this. This is one subwoofer. And this is the other subwoofer. I just want to make sure that they're even, which they kind of are. I don't know, the response is different because they're like they're located in two different, the box is you know, they're side by side, so they're not on the same source, you know, the same location, so they're going to be a little bit different. I think I'm just going to leave them like that. And so let's just do the scan, the final scan, to see where we are. No, I don't want to exit. Let me just save this again. I don't want to lose it in case I run out of battery or something. Save, yes. And let's do the final scan, left versus right, and all of it, to see if we have any issues. If we have any issues, that's going to be a different video. So let's try that again. Let me play my pink noise. All right, so the pink noise is playing. And we're going to do the left side first. That's it. So let's see how far off I am. Where are the curves? Didn't I capture the scans? Oh, here they are. These are the ones. All right, so what we're going to do is we need to smooth them out to 1/6. And again, don't worry too much about the subwoofer, because I have that one under, which one is this? So let's take out the subwoofers. So this is my curve. So this is not that bad at all. So let's try to put the target curve. Yeah, so I have some issues that I need to address, like here, this valley and these two peaks. I need to address these two. This is probably a crossover issue that I'm messing up, and there is this thing down here. But overall is not so bad. So I think this is enough for today. So I'm just gonna cut the video now, and if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. So this is the end of the video. Enjoy tuning, and I'll see you on the next one.